Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another awesome video. I'm glad to have you here. Thank you so much for subscribing. And yeah, if you're new here, please subscribe. Check out all of my courses, all of my books. They're amazing and made especially for you, okay? And so, yeah, and also sign up for a hypnotherapy session with me if you wish. They're amazing and you guys will absolutely love them, okay, if you do try one. If you have problems with addictions, or if you need help, maybe if you're trying to quit smoking, or if you want to lose weight, if you want to heal, or just simply de-stress and relieve your anxiety, I can help you with that. Okay, so sign up, email me and sign up for a session with me. And the consultations are also free, guys, so yeah. Anyways, guys, so today's topic is going to be quite interesting, okay? And it's actually on energy of a place, right? As you guys know, everything in this world is energy, okay? Including our emotions and our thoughts. And so sometimes these energies get stuck in our bodies, or sometimes they simply are, they kind of hang out and in a certain location or a certain place, okay? And that's why even going into certain locations is, it's important to be aware of where you're going and which places you're visiting, okay? Because as a sensitive person, or if you're an empath, you're basically, as an empath, you're like a sponge. So you're going to be soaking in all of those energies, okay? So if you're gonna go into a place that's, that's not, where the energy hasn't been cleared yet, and perhaps it's not very beneficial, then you're going to soak all of that in, and you're going to leave drained, So that's what I'm going to discuss here, okay? Is my question was, right, is that, or maybe your question is, if I move into a certain environment and I maybe like the place, right? Maybe you're looking for places to live, and maybe you moved into an environment where the energy is not so good, but the place itself is really okay, or maybe it's even really good, right? Will this affect my own energy? And unfortunately, the answer to that is yes, in most cases, okay? But of course, there are certain things you can do, to protect yourself, right? But, and to clear the energies, but you can't really clear the energy of the entire place, right? Because, and I will explain why in a second, So in this video, guys, we're going to go over why you're going to be affected by the energy of a place or the environment that you're going to move into, right? And so the first one is on a subtle or energetic level, right? So like I said before, right, if you're energetically sensitive or empathic, you're going to naturally absorb the frequencies of that location, of that place, and that's going to affect you, right? And so there's a reason on why a certain place might feel a certain way, right? Sometimes it might feel heavy, sometimes it might feel stagnant, or light and open, right? The opposite of all of that. So, and this can come from various sources. It can come from the emotional residue of the people who have lived in that place before. That's one thing, right? Then it can come from a land's history also, okay? Or simply how the energy moves through the place. It's called, I think, feng shui or feng shui. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Your environment can also affect you on a psychological level, okay? And so your environment constantly sends signals to your nervous system, right? And so like cluttered or dark or like tense feeling surroundings, right, can subtly increase stress hormones, okay, and in turn lower your mood, and vice versa, right? So places that are clean, that are bright, and that you know, perhaps contain or are connected to nature, have a lot of green plants and so on, or maybe not a lot, or just a few, right? You don't want the whole Amazon in there, right? But anyways, you know, even just looking at, for example, green, you know, the color green, right? It can lower your stress levels. It can, that's why it's so, like if you have a desk, right, or an office space, you will benefit from putting a plant in there, okay? It's because, once again, colors, they affect our psychology, okay? And so they can either calm you down, right, as in this case, and uplift you, or the opposite, right? If they're very dark, you know, then they can do the opposite, basically. And last but not least, guys, it's the physical and environmental level, okay? And that's how you're affected by your environment, right, on a physical or environmental level, okay? So, and what that means is that you can be affected by the noise that's around you, right? Maybe your neighbors, okay, or maybe the air quality, right, which of course is also extremely important. Like I noticed that in Latvia, you know, the air quality is so much better than in Bulgaria. Like I can actually breathe here, and like whenever we go into the forest, it just feels so like, you know, it feels so good, you know, and that just, I don't know, of course that improves your health, right, and in turn the quality of sleep that you're also getting, right? So of course lighting affects you, right, and proximity to nature, right, to you know, whether you're surrounded by nature or not, right, that can also affect everything, your energy, your sleep, right, and your mood, of course, which can make you feel as if your energy has dropped or has, you know, increased, right? So that's also extremely important, okay? The good news is that your energy field is dynamic and it can be straightened, okay? And here are some things that you can do to strengthen it, okay? No matter where you're at, okay? So you can cleanse the space, okay? Which means you can use salt, you know, intention or prayer, okay? Whichever method suits you. You can feel it with your own energy, okay? You can laugh in that place, meditate, you know, put some candles there, you know, and make it cozy and nice. Maybe some fluffy carpets, maybe some beautiful little plants, right? Maybe some music, good music, okay? Fill it with good music. And then, of course, the energy will change and it will start getting better. Protect your field, of course, right? So, you know, you can use grounding, right? Going into nature, you know, just taking off your shoes, or visualization, right? That can also be very effective. And of course, last but not least, you can stay connected to nature, okay? So, nature is filled with all kinds of beautiful sounds, right? Sung by the birds, for example, right? And they're coming from all over the place, and they, in turn, relax your nervous system, which changes your own frequency and makes it more balanced. Okay, anyway, so thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in another video. All right.